Hey guys, sorry about that. Let me, oops, let me just get this all done. Can you guys hear? I'm listening to my first podcast ever. I hope you guys subscribe to or downloaded the, what is that called, the Anchor app. And it's on right now with the Bob Father. So I hope you guys tune in and check it out. I am so proud of it. So excited. So I want to see, let's see, 5 people. Who's here? Let me know who's here. Where are you guys all chiming from? And I have to do a toast because I am so excited about this podcast. You have no idea. Thank you guys for joining in. Alrighty. Hi, Angel. How are you? Did you see? Did you get my? Did you download the podcast? It just got released like an hour and a half ago. I'm so proud of it. That's why you guys haven't seen me on YouTube in a minute because of I was cramming to do this podcast. Remember I was just talking about it because we were quarantined and literally the thought became my idea, the idea became into a project became into, and it actually happened. So I'm really, really happy and really excited. I gotta get Mike in this. You know what, let me move over. There we go. Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. So what's going on? Any of you, the 8 people on here, wait a minute, why are there 8 people and there's only one like button? Smash that button, guys. Smash that like button. Hold on, let me move it up just a little. Oops. There we go. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are doing safe from what's going on. I know it's tired and whatnot. But what's going on? Has anyone on here right now listened to my thing? Thank you. I actually put some makeup on today so I could, I had to do some footage obviously to let you guys know I was going to be on live because of this podcast. But I hope you guys enjoy it. The first one, it's called 80th and Hustle. That's the episode, but it's with Bob Arum. And it's one of the best stories I've ever, if I had to hang up my mic, this would be the interview that I would say I'm done. Because you learn so much about the man, you learn, it's amazing. It's some good shit. That's all. I bet I can surprise you. What are you gonna surprise me with? So, so there's only 9 people with 5 like buttons. So what's going on here? Where's the other 4? Oh man, this was like seriously a high for me. It's intense. I'm actually here with Ryan Garcia and his daughter. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Wait, where are you, in San Diego? Did you go out? Did I go out where? Are you talking to me? Huh? Thanks, Jake. Oh, you watched it? Oh my goodness. What did you think? Were you, hi guys. What did you think? Did you get a little history lesson from him? Jake? Hi Daniel, welcome back. Oh, King Nello, you have to see it. I mean, this is some great promo, but the show, it's really Aram just telling me his whole story. Oh, you did, Daniel? What did you guys think? I mean, if you have questions, please ask. I mean, that's why you guys didn't see me for a couple days. I wanted to watch more fights, but I had to do a lot of Bob Arum research. I mean, I would have watched the Ali fights with you guys. I mean, we could totally watch some Ali fights in a bit, but let's, if you guys have, yeah, Bob is very honest. Where do I go to listen? Download the Anchor app, and then just go to, if you go into anchor.fm/therealfight, there it is. Hi, he really is here. Okay, if he really is there, just ask him. Cynthia said there was one question that I asked him, and let's see. Let me see. The Chicago is crazy about, yeah, right? Let me see. What's the one question? How can I quiz you to see if it's true? I mean, if you're really with him. What's the What's the one question I asked him that made him really really laugh out loud? I always tease him. I always tease him about it. I just finished listening. It was so good to hear Bob in English. I didn't know much about him. Oh, thanks, Joe Foley. Yeah, I believe him about Mayor Dale. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, there's a lot of stories that obviously I don't know. The Tiger King, that was the best. I mean, I did not expect him to say, I spent my 54th anniversary. Hi, guys. Hi, Jorge. That 54 years in boxing, he spent his time watching Tiger King. I literally almost fell out of my seat laughing so hard because it was so funny. But I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. And thank you for supporting. You have no idea how much that means to me. It's like, this was an interview I've wanted to do for so long. And I told him 2 years ago, actually, but the timing was just never right. And now, I mean, serendipitously, but like in a sad way, that we're locked in a home and we physically can't see each other or interview, so this was the best way. But I had to do visuals with him, and I really just wanted to tell him the story, and with the music, and it was amazing. Jay Chaudhry from Break Media Productions, we were the ones that talked about it, and he came to me, and it just happened. The stars aligned, and we made this happen so fast in such a short amount of time, because we didn't know if boxing was going to come back. Like, we didn't know the situation that's going on in the world. So I didn't want to wait on it. And little did I know it was his 54th anniversary the day after I interviewed him. And like I said in the interview, if you guys have not heard it, or if you guys didn't see it yet, it just kind of happened. And little did I know it was those days, because we don't know the days anymore. Days, times, I don't know if today's Thursday. I just say it's a day. But yeah, so I was really, really shocked that, I know it sucks that it canceled Ramirez, but I know, hi guys, hi everyone tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. It really sucks that, imagine doing 2 training camps to be, what's the name of the podcast? The Real Fight with Cynthia Conte. The Real Fight. If you go into my Instagram, there's the link. I put the link in the YouTube channel that I posted earlier. You can go the Anchor app. The Real Fight with Cynthia Conte. Same as my channel name. And it has like a neon sign light with the brick background. But for him to correct me on some of the years, and that's what I do, is that I print up so many of the things to see if they kind of coincide with the years, and a lot of them did, but he was saying nope. I'm like, all right, cool, you told me, and it's fine. Hi, Infamil. But so it was good stuff. I gotta get Tyson in here. Come on, Tyson, there's my little Tyson. He's sending a video right now with me. Okay, I'll believe it if I see it. But wait, where's he sending? How are you gonna send it? But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if there's any other questions, because he answered everyone's questions. A lot of stories that people did not know. You know what? I gotta make sure I get, is that tat on your forearm? Hold on. I have 2 tattoos. Oh, duh, my shoe is like right there. Ouch. No wonder why. Or maybe it's where I'm sitting. Let's do it right. There. No. I don't know. I just have to have my buddy. There we go. No. No. Okay. Mother effer. You know what? This whole, fucking A. Okay, you guys know, there, I'm just gonna kind of chill like this. You break my record, now I break your, damn, that's a long name. Well, welcome. Where are you guys all chiming in from? I always ask, because you never know. You could be on the other side of the world. Yeah, no, the podcast was 2 hours, but we edited down. We didn't take anything out. The only things we took out were the pauses and just the mistakes that, he made or I made. But it's incredible. It's really 54 years of his life in boxing kind of thrown into an hour and 37. Hi, Bolton boy. Thanks, guys. Ooh, look for a video sent by, tell him to DM it. Tell him to DM it to me, to my IG. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I'll believe it when I see it. And tell Ryan Garcia I want to interview him. I sent I text tell him I text his dad, and he said he was gonna pass the thing to Ryan. So let's see if that's true. Angel Anderson. They should have. I know. I wonder who do you think would play a good Bob Arum? That's a good one. Can I even? No, I can't even. I'm just gonna have to move this back. Okay, you guys remember my. Did you guys order this? I hope you did. Snack, ZMA. This helps your immune system. Remember, you guys can get 25% off your whole entire order. Hi guys. Hello H Money. Danny DeVito. Snap Goddess, 25% off. No, he doesn't look like. Okay, in that picture, I said he looks like. Well, yeah, maybe a little bit Austin Powers, but he really does look like a tax attorney there. Hi HK40 Cal Esco. What's crack-a-lacking, guys? So for all of you that are on here, did you guys watch my or listen to my thing? What you got into the fight world? Ace High, did you see or did you hear my new podcast that just dropped like an hour and a half ago? It's on the Anchor the Anchor app. It's the first episode is with Bob Arum. I went and got the app Anchor. But okay, you got the app Anchor, but did you download my podcast? Okay, good, good. It's some good stuff. So I'm not gonna. I mean, sadly, I'm not gonna be able to do all my interviews like that because that one was a lot of work. And do you think he's a better promoter than Don King? Of course. I mean, he still has a stable of fighters. I mean, all promoters get shit. They always say they're crooked or they're this, but when you have this man saying he's the worst ever Don King, you know, I just posted your video. Let's get it, mama. Thanks. Was cool Ali used to pop around for his dinner, right? See? April Fools, it's a second. You don't even know. Like, wasn't it yesterday? Don King, yeah. And so they have that love-hate relationship, but that's, you know, I really wanted to see how they did. Hi, Ken Kenichi. I wanted to see how they did contracts back then because they didn't have fax machines and emails. He even said, he goes, there wasn't even a Federal Express. So how did they do it? But it was fun. It was one of those things, you know, all the questions that I really wanted to know, I got to ask him. What should Canelo do about an opponent in May? Doesn't matter about what he has to do about the opponent in May. It depends on if we're even allowed to go out of the house. So that's so mean. That's so mean. But yeah, so I don't know. It was good. Hi, Ivan Diaz. Okay, so where's everyone from? I know I have a Bolton boy here from Bolton, UK. COVID is opponent. Yeah, COVID has really fucked everything up. But you know, I pray that everyone is safe. It's ruining everyone's life, dear. I mean, be thankful that you are still alive and you're not in a hospital and suffering or dead. Chicago, okay. Oh, we did a lot. We talked about a lot of Chicago. You live in Memphis, Tennessee. Okay. So yeah, we were talking about my podcast. Hi, Dallas, Texas. Daniel Zaragoza. Isn't that there's a song like, there's a song that's similar to your last name. ATL. I was just sick for 4 days with the COVID symptoms. So you were, what? What's that mean? You don't have this? So you don't have it or you do? Did you have pneumonia? Yeah. You don't know, did you take a test? Did you go and get a test? Because I'm hoping that the tests are available to you now. Suburb not far from Chicago. What are you saying ew to? Stop it. You don't know that. No, she does not have the virus. She was just sick. She had infection, excuse me, and she has asthma. So right now, anyone with any kind of low immune system, so people with asthma or people who vape, they ruin their lungs, so you can easily possibly contract the sickness. So that's why they say stay. Oh man, I'm like, oh, that's from the thing. Like, what's that? Okay, good. So I won't watch her video. What video? I don't know. Wait, what are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about. I heard she had that Rona. No. No, from what I mean, based on the videos I saw, she said she had asthma and the infection. I mean, like an infection, not the Rona. Yeah, but you know what? What's his name's dad was in excellent shape, no symptoms, nothing. Um, God, what's his name? The one that his father just passed away in UK. He's supposed to fight Joe Joyce. His oh my God, Dan. Help me out, Bolton. What's his name? Dubois. No, not Dubois. Fuck. What the fuck is his name? What's it? It's in my head right now. I have not been going out. I have been at home. I have been working out at home. The only time I go out is if I have to go to the store. Anthony Yardy, yes, there you go. Anthony Yardy's father just passed away a couple days ago. He didn't have the symptoms. He was healthy. He was always working out. He was in shape. Nothing, and he sadly passed away. Not Otto Wallin. Some women got it. Most. What are you talking about? Some women got it. Mostly men have this virus, by the way. You know that, and mostly men are dying from this virus. Those are the stats. Okay, so I'm here to answer any questions. Any questions about Bob? Do 10 jumping jacks, yeah. I'm just here to simp. Forgive me, no, it's all right. Oh yeah, Otto Wallin does have it. That's where I first heard that he didn't have, when he said he couldn't smell or taste, and that's the first time I heard it. I haven't heard that the whole time, and then now those are some of the symptoms. That's crazy. I mean, he was saying he was like tasting everything. He just drank a bunch of vodka, and he didn't taste it. Well, I don't want to talk about the virus then. I just want to see how everyone, you guys were the one that brought it up about people, so, but like I said, you guys all stay safe. I have to listen to it. I wish it came out sooner so I could have asked questions. Well, it did come out. I didn't, if I went on at like 8 or 9 p.m., it's late for a lot of people. I mean, not in general here in America, but the people that tune in from other countries. Bob is married. He has, forgot how many kids. I think he has 3 kids. I think. Don't quote me, but he's married. This is his second marriage. His wife's name is Levy. That's what, yeah. Some peeps in here are crazy. I know. I know. So all my peeps, the 28 people that are in here, I only see 16 likes. Well then, dude, I'm talking about my, Bob had an orgy after the Ollie Frazier, right? He had an orgy, and I mean, that story has been floating around. I couldn't really ask him that because it was very hard. We're talking about JFK. He talks about JFK. He was, because he worked, if you guys didn't know that, he worked for Bobby Kennedy. He was an attorney. So he was there during the JFK assassination. He was in an office. Oh, there's a bug in here. But, so yeah. So ask me, got the bug. Did I get it? I don't know. Well, no, I mean, Bob is very open with, you know, well, me and him are very open the way we talk to each other. And I mean, he's just fun. But that story has been floating around. And he's no hold barred. But it's just kind of weird going from a JFK assassination to talking about Muhammad Ali and the Nation of Islam. I can't really segue into, oh, well, you had an orgy. Like, I'm not going to do that. And as you know that he doesn't do, like for him to do a long interview, he gave me 2 hours. You know, he actually hung up on me at 57 minutes. I'm thinking, shit. I hope he didn't, I hope he's not done with this interview. So I call him back. I'm like, hello? He's like, I'm sorry. I hung up with my, you know, his hand. So I was like, shit. I do. But yeah, so I'm so excited for all the people that actually tuned in and got to see it, asking him about Devin Haney versus Loma. Why is he freezing out Devin Haney? Well, that was the so this interview was not about So everyone does those kind of interviews right now. We always do that, like what's going on with Devin, what's going on with Terrence. I mean, he has a great story for the people who heard it. He has a great story about how Terrence Crawford came to be to fight on one of his cards. And I didn't even know he was even talking about that. So I was like, oh shit. And the way he said it, it was just like, oh my God, I was even shocked. So it was good. So that's why I didn't touch up on the things. He deserves more credit for his stars. Yeah, I'm Filipino Italian. But yeah, so my whole thing with this particular interview was a storytelling of his life, what he did before, you know, what everyone knew. So I wanted to hear like when him and Don King were promoters and how did he meet Ali? I know it was because of Jim Brown. You can always hear him. Where can we view the interview? The interview's on my podcast. It's my new podcast, El Bacano. It's on the app, the Anchor app, and it's called The Real Fight with Cynthia Conte. Same as my title. But yeah, so if you just go to my recent video I posted, and the link or where you can find it is in there. But the same title. If not, go to my Twitter or my Instagram. So yeah, that's the only thing. I want to do something else. Thank you. I wanted to do something different, and a lot of people were really excited to hear because you don't know these stories. And he's saying, I'm not interviewing him right now. I already interviewed him. Who do you look forward to interviewing? For my podcast, since I can't really do it for my channel right now, but what I'm gonna try to do if I can, I don't know how they do this, if I'm allowed to put, from my podcast, if I could put it on my channel. I don't know how that works. I'll figure it out. But you won't get footage. You'll just hear audio of it. But then that takes away from my podcast. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? There's a couple people in mind that I'm excited. I can't really say, like, I have the ideas for like another audio series, like the way I did him. I did Bob Arum. But a lot of other people are just gonna get a regular podcast. Like, you're just gonna get a picture that I'm gonna interview you, and none of the other fancy schmancy stuff, because that's a lot. That's my favorite boxer right there. Oh, I know. Me and him have always talked about doing stuff. It's just kind of hard because now we're quarantined. Oh, there goes my dad's dun, 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 dun. When will I have, I'm gonna actually reach out to Lily because I really want to interview her. She knows it. She knows that I'm one of her big fans, and I always said, stay in boxing, girl. She knows her boxing. One of the very few people that I love her writing. She's a great writer, and she knows her shit. But Nancy, and then I just have to reach out to them. I still have to reach out to Christina. Like, I want to reach out to all the women, and then it's not calling. That's my that clock. Obviously, you don't remember from the last live because my dad gave that to my mom. And as like before he passed away. Who introduced you to boxing? Like my ex-boyfriend back in the day, like years and years and years ago. Because I was not a boxing fan like a kid. I mean, I watched it, but I wasn't into it like most people. I was a pageant girl. I did stuff like that. I danced, I sang, I did pageants, I played sports. I watched boxing, but I wasn't a mad, crazy fan until I saw it when I was older, and I saw tapes and videotapes, beta tapes, and then I was obsessed. Do you think scheduling fights will be hard when coming back? Yes. You need to listen to my podcast of what Bob Arum said. But yes, it's going to be very hard. I mean, it's going to be hard for the world. You're not going to be able to watch a basketball game, any kind of fight, or it's going to be any kind of sports with people. No. If you could go back in time and watch a fight ringside, probably any Sugar Ray Robinson fight. Sugar like, oh my God, to see any one of his fights, any Joe Louis fights, especially maybe some of those really old fights that weren't on TV, that all you see was this little tiny stage in the middle, and it's just like thousands and thousands and thousands of people, and it's, when they put it in black and white, just to be there and just to watch it, 15 rounders, how fucking crazy is that? Oh, of course, Ali Frazier. But you know, just wars like that, that's what I would do. Sorry, I had to turn down the news. Hi guys, what's your favorite boxing venue? Hi Isco. Ambries, my favorite boxing venue, where in America or just in LA? Aaron versus Hearn. Where I think here it would be War Grounds. It would be StubHub, formerly StubHub. It's now Dignity Health. I can never fucking say the name. Dignity Health Sports. Yeah. Andre Ward said Roy Jones Jr. turned 40 million down to fight Mike Tyson. Is that true? Just because someone says something doesn't mean it's true. I don't know. I can't say it's true, so I don't know. I can't comment because if he did, well, shit. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Okay, I only have 23 likes and there's 29 of you guys on here. What's going on here? So who on here listened to my thing? Did you guys like it? What was your favorite part? You just liked. Someone disliked? What, my channel? Wait, you guys are, who's disliking my thing? I'm just talking to you guys. Don King turns 89 in August. Will we see an 89 in Hustle Part 2? Well, I have to reach out to Don King if he will even give me an interview. I don't know, but 80, I don't know. I can't do an 89 and Hustle for Don King. That's appropriately and only for Bob Arum. Please cover a feature, Jillian. I would love to. I would love to go to UK and cover fights. I would love to. He was, you know, we talked about this. We didn't really talk about it on the phone, but I know that we talked about it before because he had to cancel the China fight. And, you know, at first everyone, you know, we were just like, whatever, like, no, it's just kind of like a flu. But, you know, he's taking care of himself. He's not seeing his grandkids. He just talks to them over the phone or just over, you know, FaceTime. But in all seriousness, when he sees what's going on in the world, he's really taking care of himself. I mean, I would be terrified. He's 88 years old. His wife, you know, they're taking every precaution. They haven't left the home. I mean, he's doing everything and anything to stay busy. But it's, you know, he had an incredible life. How is Bob outside of boxing? Bob is great. I mean, you know, I have a great relationship with Bob. I obviously know him from boxing, and I think that's why I was able to get such a long interview. I mean, when I talk to people, or even his PR people, they're like, "How long did you get?" And I think it's because I just didn't ask about, you know, why aren't you why don't you have Loma fight, you know, Devin, or, you know, it's like those are the current state of boxers, which right now there is none. There is no future of boxing right now. It's dead. Everything's dead right now until further notice. So I think it was more that, you know, just kind of relive his past. And I think it also matters because someone was asking him, like someone of my age or someone that was interested in the come up, you know, because people always forget about who they were before. And remember, he said it. He's like, he didn't give a shit about boxing. He never even watched boxing. His first fight. Thank you. Thanks. Mario, did you see it? Did you, on my new podcast, it dropped with Bob Arum on Anchor. That's good. You never got back to me about Devin Haney. I text you, fool. I want to know. But, so it was weird because it was just very, you know, it was one of those things that I was sitting on the phone. It's like, you know, you just listen to like a grandfather tell him his life story. Have fun. You'll have fun. You'll have fun with that. You'll have fun with him. His interview. Haney. Oh no, here we go again. H Money in the house with Haney. But no, but it was a delight. I mean, for him to remember every mobster name. I mean, just to the T. The things of, you know, Ali. Just, it's crazy. You know, and I know that man has so many more stories, and I wish I could just talk to him forever. There's so many topics that I wanted to talk to him about, but I just knew I went through 5 decades of his life. 5. But low-key, I think he robbed Pac of a win against Bradley so he can run it back and keep money in the house. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of things everyone's gonna think, but you know, my story was not all about that. It wasn't about any of that. I mean, I could have brought up like what happened to Pacquiao, what happened with you and Mayweather, what happened with you and Mikey, and that's not what the interview is about. That's not what my interviews are about. Yes, Snack and Expedite are safe to use. I use it religiously. Right here, if you want them, you can buy them 25% off your total order when you go to snack.com, and you put in Snack Goddess as one word, SNAC Goddess, one word, 25% off. So yeah, going to check it out. I could listen to Bob talk. Oh my God, yeah, absolutely. And you'll hear it in his voice. How much is it for one of them? This? I don't know. I don't know how much let me look it online. I'm not sure. Let's see. Absolutely. Oh, thanks, HK40 Calasco. Yeah. It wasn't even really about his personality. It was more about his grind, you know, because he was a tax attorney. He was a lawyer. He didn't like boxing. So for him to be one of the greatest greatest promoters in history, coming up from a world that he didn't give a shit about boxing. So, you know, that's the story in itself. It's like, wait a minute, you know? Can you bring Eddie Hearn to the podcast, please? I will invite him on. So we shall see. Special 2 promoters together like Bob and Eddie. Oh, Lord. You know, if I had them 2 together, and unfortunately it would be a podcast, so I can't really, one would probably hang up on the other, and then I'd be really fucked, because then I wouldn't have an interview. It would be different if it was in person, but we can't do that right now. I am not. He's 88 years old and still grinding. That's why the name of the episode on my podcast is called 88 and Hustle, because he's still hustling hard. He's 88 and he's from New York. So Jay Chaudhry and I from Break Media, who's my co-producer on this, made this happen, made my vision come to life. I mean, we came up with the title in like 5 minutes. Not even kidding. No, Victor is not my husband. Everyone thinks that. No, Uncle Victor. Oh, so ZMA is $22.95. Here we go. $22.95. So if you guys go to the website and you buy the fighter stack or any of them, the fighter stack is $194.95. I love you too, guys. You get 25% off with my discount. So make sure Snack Goddess. Bob Marley. I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. But I am going to get Uncle Victor on my podcast, and I'm going to do the same way of Bob Arum, because he has one interesting life. So I know people want to hear his story, and I want to tell it, and I want to tell it in the way that it deserves, but also coming out of his mouth. Right here. Did you listen to the podcast? Steven, it dropped today. That's why my glass of wine. Everyone, wine glasses up or whatever the hell you're drinking. We have to do a toast because officially I'm a podcaster. It dropped today. I'm so excited. Yeah, smash that like button, folks. Ooh, I got 3 more than my viewers. Steven, cheers. I don't see everyone saying cheers. Salud. So Steven, have you listened to it yet? How often are these interviews? That kind of interview is gonna be, it just depends on the guest. But I'm gonna interview at least, try to do, oh my God, Thursday. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. Thank you for the support. I'm gonna try to interview, I'm gonna see 2 guests a week. But it's a lot of work. I mean, I thought editing for video was hard. But the podcasting thing, and maybe this one was different because there was visuals and it was a whole story. I mean, it was like an audio series, like musical. I mean, because you hear the music, that's hard to do. And no, but only for certain people that will get it. But other people, I'm gonna interview. I mean, it's not gonna be less special. It's just gonna be different. But it's the story I want to tell from, and the perspective I want to get from every person I interview. And it's not just boxing people. So I'm gonna be interviewing people outside of boxing, other sports, people with a story. That's what I love. You know, people. Everyone has a story. Boxing monster. Sonu loves you. Ah, thanks guys. Salute. So yeah, Cynthia has too much flavor and style for a white boy. She's cool with the cholos and the brothers. Oh God, I love them all equally. Okay, we cool. Listening to it tonight, I was editing. Hella proud of you though. Thank you, Steven. Oh, you're gonna die laughing. I mean, there's a promo out that I don't even want to put out, but it's already out there. It's fucking hilarious, dude. It's so funny. I was listening to it when it got dropped, and I was the people who listened to it right when it dropped, I was listening to it with you guys on my end, and it was, and I still laugh even though I know the interview, and I just know it. But it's still like it made me smile, and and I was just so interested in his story, even though I know it. He told me it, and it just it puts the movie in your mind of what he says. It's like a black and white movie, and the music that you hear along with it, it helps it set the tone. What's the next fight you're gonna watch? I don't know yet. I'm not gonna do it on this one because I'm doing a live thing about my podcast. So I'll do maybe a live one, maybe tomorrow. Wait, no, wait. What's tomorrow? Maybe Friday. You want to do Friday fight night? Good luck. I can't even get them. All a trailer. Oh yeah, right. Shoot. I'm so happy. I'm so happy about it. Like I said, this could be the interview. If I had to retire the mic, that's it. I'm good. I am good. That was one of my best and favorite interviews I've ever done in my life. And I was so proud. Like I cried when I finished because it was a lot of work. I mean, it was in a time crunch. A lot of people have days and like months or weeks and weeks to do it. I had less than 2 or 3 days to get 54 years or 5 decades under my belt while I'm trying to watch fights on a Friday, Saturday, and it was a lot. It was a lot. So why are you asking such personal questions? Stop it. Did you make that graphic for your IG promo? I kind of like it, young Bob. No, I didn't make it. Break Media from Break Media. Jay Chaudhry, my co-producer from Break Media Productions. He's the one that came up with all of that. I mean, those are actual pictures of Bob, but he made all the graphics. He's the one that did all the editing of all the sound and the visuals. I did the storyline of how I wanted it, what I wanted. I did the timestamps, the editing. That was like my hand. I mean, that shit was hard just to get it, just to make sure the story flowed, and just to see how it did. I should interview Spence and ask why he's ducking Crawford smoke. I've interviewed Spence before. I did a thing for Ring Magazine, Ring TV, when he was fighting, what's his face? Mikey Garcia. It's like he's not ducking. He wants the fights, but now I don't know because everything's a little different. So we shall see. But yeah, I'm excited. I hope you guys really enjoy it. So I have my list, and I have someone that I'm gonna interview. It's a I don't know if I mean, I don't know what story he's gonna tell me. He might, I don't know. I don't even know who to call if I had to. But it's not fun if it's different. Broner is the type you need to have on camera. You know what I mean? That's not a podcast because you can't really visualize. I mean, you could visualize what he's saying, but it's so much better in person, like that kind of interview. Anyone else got Bob? Because that's why I'm live on this one. Ouch. And they won. See, I even got dolled up today. I put makeup on. I actually washed my hair and straightened it a little bit. I felt like I didn't even know how to do makeup again. I forgot. I was like, shit. I didn't even wear lashes because I was like, no, I don't got time for that right now. No way. Oh, I love you too. So who else is on here? Tell me, let me know. Oh, thank you, Terrell. Terrell, is that how you say it? Where are you from? Do people in the chat creep you out? You know what? No. No. Because it's just social media is just like that now. You never know who you're talking to. Spence ain't ducking, but stop it. Hi, Cynthia. Hi, Joe Lopez, 40 ounce. What surprised you the most about the podcast with Bob? What surprised me the most was how much he remembered. You know, for 88 years old, he's whip smart. Like, it's crazy that he's very witty and he just knows. But for him to remember everything and you visualize everything he's saying, it's like you were there. He brought you back in time with him. He was taking you down memory lane, era versus era. And during every era, and that's why I structured the story like that, because it's about his life. And when he came to the part of JFK and even just the mob, the names, I'm like, whoa. He's very, very sharp. Ab wouldn't be focused. ABA wouldn't focus. I wouldn't be either. I know, right? So what was your favorite part? Whoever listened, Bob probably has a million stories. Oh my God, that's the thing. I go, I probably would do another Bob Arum one. I don't know if it would have to be a different topic. I don't know if he'll give me 2 hours. Maybe he might. You never know. It's just hard because we're not in person. And at first, there's a couple times I was like, shit, I might lose him because he has to stay captivated into the story. Mike Tyson in his prime versus Deontay Wilder. Tyson. You heard, I don't know if you guys heard what he said. Thank you. Oh, shut up, boxing monster. Half the time I'm not looking like this. Unless I'm like out on the video and cameras, but usually when I'm chilling, I don't even have makeup on. I'm in a hoodie. You guys know that. I have maybe mascara at best. I know, right? But at least thanks. I know I gotta hit my subscribers. Like, I need that up. I need that. I have a Cash App too, you guys. But no, it was good. She usually drunk and loud. I'm not drunk and loud. Is it hard being an attract athletes and rich people constantly trying to get to you? No, I don't see it like that. I just take care of myself. That's all. What's a simp? I don't know what a simp is. Y'all quiet. I know, I'm like, you guys are really quiet. Oh, simpleton. See, I don't know. Simp sounds like a gimp or something like that to me. Not pimp, but gimp. I don't know what that is. You should go. You promise if you get off my stream right now, you should go listen to it. You'll really enjoy it. It's actually, I'm gonna listen to it again. It's just so good. See what the old man said. You'll laugh. You'll be fascinated by what he says. It's not gotta see the podcast. You should see the promos on my Instagram at The Real Fight Girl. just the promos alone, you're just like, whoa. Some of the stuff that he said is obviously edited in to, you'll see. But go to my Instagram first, watch the promos, or my Twitter, and then go listen to it. Click the link. It's Anchor. Make sure you have Anchor, the Anchor app, and then link it. Click the link in there, and subscribe. So I know that this week I need to reach out to my next guest. Hola, hola, papi. Why the fuck do you remind me of that invisible woman from Fantastic Four? I don't know who that was. Invisible woman. Invisible woman. Fantastic Four. Jessica Alba? Oh yeah, Jessica Alba. Maybe because of my hair. I don't know. Me right now. Anyone else here on the stream that's from not US? Out of respect, Cynthia, I'ma let y'all casuals make it. Huh? I don't know what you're talking about. Barry, I love your name. Whereabouts in, Barry, whereabouts in UK? The DR. Cheers, I hope you guys are all doing all right. What time is it in the UK right now? I know. I got a little bit of that soul glow. I felt like I was fading because it was so, I haven't been outside. Sheffield, okay. I'm trying to super chat you. What do you mean? You're trying. You're not trying hard enough, but it's giving me an error. Let me try emojis. Okay. Oh, wow, you're up at 4 in the morning. Have you been up or did you just wake up? I know, right? I mean, I know that they all, what, my Cash App, look in my link. I think it's, oh yeah, $, Cynthia Conte Boxing 26. Hey, oh, that's so cute. Thank you. Thanks, King Nello. That was sweet. JC's Oscar Valdez, more like Rocky Juarez or Juan Diaz. I don't know. Oh, JC, I'm like, who's that? I love my little emoji. How cute. You have the longest name. You break my record, now I break you. Oh, thanks, Angel. Mwah. Thank you. Cheers to you guys. Oh, King Nello, you're coming up with the 10. Ooh, this is fun. There you go. Okay, so let's talk more about Bob Arum because that is what it's labeled, Bob Arum. Oh, for the UK boys, did you guys download or upload my That's hilarious. That was funny. I'm drinking Sauvignon Blanc. What are you, Sauvignon Blanc wine? I am celebrating, if you guys haven't, if you guys are just tuning in, I officially launched my podcast. This one, I'll show it. How do I do this? That's me. That. So this is the promo. Well, not promo, but that. That's the promo of Bob Arum, 88th and Hustle. So you guys, the stories you were never told. Some good shit. This, I put like, I mean, I felt like I put everything, my heart and soul into this interview. You have no idea. Like yesterday so I did the interview 2 days ago. I was so nervous, like really, really nervous, because when you're doing a podcast, especially when you can't talk to them in person, you usually either can call them on the phone and then you record it like on a recorder, like a reporter does, old school reporter, or you do it through the app. And funny story about it, I text Bob last week, I go, can I interview you? And he's like, fuck you, Cynthia. Fuck yeah. I'm so bored of this inactivity. Just hurry up and get your podcast up and call me. I'm like, okay. So I didn't realize that I had already a list of who I wanted to interview, but I'm like, it's fucking Bob Arum. Like, he would be epic. And then after that, it just kind of like, then I realized the story I wanted to tell. And I'm like, oh, this is gonna be big. And then Jay Chaudhry, my co-producer of this specific podcast, this audio series, we came up with something, and it just came about. And I had to, like, I go, do you have the app? And he's like, no. Do you know what an app is? No. Do you have Zoom? No. I'm like, shit. And no one can go to his house. His assistants, no one can go to his house to help him because everyone cannot be around them. So I figured it out, and it was so difficult that yesterday I was sitting there still kind of like nervous and just anxious because I knew it was supposed to drop today. And then this morning, like, I felt brain dead. Like, I was so tired from all of like so much work that you would put in like a couple weeks, crunched into like that. So that's why I told you when the last time I spoke to you guys, I said I'm going to be busy doing a podcast, and sure enough, it's here. And I cried. I literally cried when it came out. I cried when the interview was over because I was like, oh. Then I heard the trailer, the audio trailer first, and I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. Then I actually saw the video trailer, the visuals, and I thought the first one, oh my God, it was so nice. It was like, you know, this is not what I thought my podcast would be, but it was good. I have Cash App. My PayPal is attached to, for some reason I couldn't get my stupid, oh, good night, Barry Hearn. Good night. Thanks for tuning in. Get some sleep, and make sure you download my podcast. You would really enjoy it. You purse. He called you all out. You simps. He called you all out. Good job, Barry. Toast to that. So yeah, what else is new? So I'm just gonna keep the whole conversation about Bob Arum. What is it called? It's called The Real Fight with Cynthia Conte. It's the same name as my YouTube, my YouTube channel, but it's on the Anchor app. I think you can get on Spotify, but just go to Anchor, just download the app. It's the easiest. Because when people start saying, can I get it on here? I'm like, fuck, I don't know. I barely just started a podcast. Y'all don't act like she ain't shit that pretty to be simping on. She got the sexy voice, but when I get past my raging hormone, she's actually got that dope personality, wifey. Aw, thanks. I love how Sims is in like everyone's conversation here. Thank you, Ryan Marks. I appreciate it. Cheers. Where are you tuning in? I don't think I've met you before. Thanks, Barry. Good night. I know. I love how you guys are all fighting with each other. I mean, close class simp, yeah fucking simp, yeah simp. I mean, I just learned what a fucking simp is. I don't even, oh, LA, well, welcome. Welcome to my channel. Have you ever been here? Have you ever seen my channel? And how did you find my channel? King Nello, Big Mad. Oh, good. Well, thanks. Did you download my new podcast on my new app? My new podcast, The Real Fight with Cynthia Conte, on the Anchor app. I just dropped it today. My first podcast, my first episode dropped today. That's why I'm super excited, and that's why I put the title, because I'm here to answer questions. Oh, you should. It's a gem. It is a gem. We are. Is Loma not a big star because of the barrier? Can you get closer to the camera? Why? I'm pretty fucking close. Why? Loma, people fly out for Loma. I mean, people fly out to New York and LA for him. Shit, if they put him in UK, all of UK will be there, or anywhere. Why wouldn't he be? Why wouldn't he be? You know what? Jose Ramirez is on my list, and I mean, I got to interview him for the WBC before he was supposed to fly to China, and I mean, what a story! I mean, bye Joe Foley, bye Bolton Boy. Thank you guys for everyone in the UK that's falling asleep. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you check out my podcast. No, he's really, really cool. We had a great interview. I never got to post it. Bye HK. Oh, bye. Is that bye as in bye bye? That didn't. I don't know. Adios. I know. I know. Imagine those. Everyone's bitching and complaining that their fight got canceled and they're just starting training camp. They've had 2 training camps. 2. So those 2 are allowed to bitch and complain. I'm trying to get Virgil Ortiz. I've reached out to Robert Garcia, so, but I know he'll do it. I mean, he's so, I love interviewing Virgil Ortiz. He's such a good kid. You know, Bob Arum did Manny. Someone texted me this already. Were you somewhat better? Pac's career should have been better than Floyd's if he was managed right. No. Bye, Tommy. Oh, I know. Have a good Zoom. What was most that I've ever had? I think the most difficult one was actually, it was really shocking, was Gennadi's. So when Canelo he tested dirty, I was going up to Big Bear to interview him for their second fight. And I had all my, not my questions, but I knew what I was gonna talk about, and I had like points. But when I get there, he's pissed, and I'm like, fuck. Me and Steve Kim were there. He's writing for ESPN, and they said, well, you have to interview him, and he's gonna just respond in Russian, or whatever, I think is Russian, their language. And so I'm like, it's really hard to do an interview when you don't know the follow-up, you can't follow up with what they're saying, because majority of the times, as you guys know, the translators are not on point. They're not saying the right thing, or they're not saying it in the right context, the way it should be, like especially for boxing. They'll make it very, very general where it sounds very blah. But so I'm sitting there and you can see he's fucking fuming because of this test. And so he's saying like this whole like entire paragraph, and then the lady will say it in like a couple words. I'm like, I know this is not what he said. Like it's just too little. And I'm thinking, and he's just sitting there like just mad. And so it was really, really hard, but I got through it, and it came out actually good because I did get someone. Yeah, Bernardo Osuna is great at translating. I mean, he does the interview and translate himself, but majority of people like me can't. So I missed the podcast. Did you talk about this time? No. So we touched on it, like, because I couldn't really specify on like certain fighters, because the ones that I wanted to touch on were the main ones, like Ali. Like, no one knew how he met him. Some people did, but they didn't know the backstory. And Bob was already a promoter, so I wanted to focus on the things before he even became a promoter and how he came into boxing. I love Bernard Hopkins. I would love to interview him. Maybe I could, because since I always ring, maybe. I mean, they just have to want to say yes to me, which is, I love Martinez. Julio Cesar Martinez is fucking a badass. He's so little. I love him. He's great. I have Bernard Hopkins. I got to introduce him for the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame. So I was very excited about that. That's what made me think of it, yeah. So, I mean, he has an incredible story. Blair the Flair. Oh, Blair. Woo! He's fun. He's fun. But he's also one of those guys that you need in person, because he does that, with his very Lenny Kravitz look. I used to always, I was like one of the very first ones that called him Lenny Kravitz. And then everyone started saying the same thing. I'm like, that's me. Sorry. Whoa. My phone was like, sorry, I could not find Lenny Kravitz. I didn't even know that. That's fun. So what else is going on? Let me see what else about Bob Arum. Um, I saw you did one with Floyd May. Wait, hold on, let me see. I saw the one you did for Floyd Mayweather. Did you know Roger? I met Roger. I didn't. I never interviewed. I never got to interview him. I just met him. Um, yeah. Oh, I would if Mike Tyson. Oh my God. Okay, that could be the interview. If I were to just have one more interview and I could have anyone, it would be him. And then that's it. I would just be like, I'm done. I'm wrapped. My career's. I'm done. I did get to. I was on a WBC Zoom conference with some like legendary writers like me, my fucking ass, I'm the only girl on this, and I had Lance Pugmire of The Athletic, Dan Raphael from ESPN, who else was there? Jake Donovan, he writes for Boxing Scene. God, I can't even remember who else, but we all got to hear all their stories of like how they started. I mean, and they're old, like they're like beat writers. They've been in this business a long time, and not me. And we got to tell our stories about, and a lot of them had their Mike Tyson stories, and Dan's was the best. Like, scared the shit out of Dan. I mean, and I don't have a story like that. I've never interviewed Mike, but they could see my picture, and Mauricio Suleiman, the president of WBC, asked like, is that Mike? And I get to tell, I'm like, well, this is my only story about him, and why he's smiling in it. And they were so happy to hear it. And you know, because all of their stories are like, they scared him. I'm like, sure enough, he scared me. But then I end up getting a picture like that because of how that whole story went. So yeah. Don't interview Mayweather Senior. I have interviewed him. Have you not seen him on my channel? I've interviewed him many times. He had a great interview. Shout out my husband, Luis Montez. Huh? What are you talking about? I'm like, who? Yeah, he's the baddest man. I mean, he's scary, but not no more. I know. You know what? Hi, Jorge. I know. It's probably a simp. I don't even know what they are. But, Jorge, did you check out my new podcast? Floyd Mayweather Sr., I mean, I have footage of him on my channel that I've uploaded. He's giving me a gun show. He's showing off his I know, right? I don't even know if I'm doing it in the right context. Yeah, you see it. I do take my time because I understand, and I know I'll edit parts out because, I know he wouldn't want that in there, and I wouldn't want to ever put that out of him. But I always get the best parts about him, and the gun show, he is always showing it. Yes, thank you. It just dropped today. It dropped today on Anchor, the Anchor app. Same channel, same name as my channel. And I mean, it's when he tells me stories about him and Floyd. Hey, Cynthia, so I had to come and support the podcast. What did you think, Courtney? Cheers to him dropping my podcast. I'm so excited. I don't even know. You guys are all crazy. Cheers to you, podcast. Thank you. Was it interesting? Did you learn something new about the Bob father? See? Did you know some of those stories or no? Thank you. Chug the whole bottle of wine. No. I'm not going to chug a bottle of wine. Cheers. Hi, Martin Rojas. Where are you chiming in from? That you edit, yeah. Of course. I mean, I'm not going to put something up. I mean, I would never put up full footage of people, especially like, he's aging, and Oh yeah, see, it's so cool. He was, I mean, he's an aging, he's older. I mean, if Bob Arum spoke like that, I mean, I would edit parts out too. You know, I would never want to put anyone in a light like that for them to be made fun of or talk shit about. Just, that's not my style. I always want to get the best light in, of somebody. But Arum is always a good story. Oh my God, everything. Yeah, just, yeah. Bob Arum will never sell Top Rank because he will probably, from what I remember, I heard, I mean, in an interview he's done that he's gonna give up his shares or take a back seat and let his son run it, Todd DeBuff. So, and Todd DeBuff, he's already been involved for years, so it's nothing new. But I mean, right now he's so hands-on with everything. And in my story, you'll hear like why he brings in certain people. I don't know who started calling him the Bob Father, but I would always refer to him like the Bob Father. See, and you see why he is, yeah, Todd is one of his sons, his stepson. But you see why I keep him in my interviews as the beginning. I think even when I still make my trailer for like the beginning of my YouTube channels, I'm gonna still have Bob in there saying it's Fight Night Bitches. Like, no one will have Bob Arum ever saying it's Fight Night Bitches or anything close to that. So, it was a family-owned business. So you have to hear the story of how he even started Top Rank. It's crazy. It's crazy. I do have the podcast, but you know what? Like with that one, it was an audio series, and that was a lot of work. I mean, from when I interviewed with Courtney, I was just starting to like develop it, and then I had to go like seriously. I was going 200 miles per hour because I had not even a week to get all of that done. So imagine my co-producer had to get all of that, and then I still had to do the storyline, and then like it was just so much. It was so much info that I even said, I go, well, my next couple of guests are. I hope that they don't think that their trailers are gonna look like that. No, you're just gonna get a picture, dude. Like, none of that fancy stuff. I'm only gonna do those for like very like special people that I really want to do a story like that. Spilled the beans on everything. Well, I mean, there's things that, well, but I'm not saying, I mean, there's things that you didn't know, and then there's stuff that he's never even mentioned. Yeah. I mean, that's how I prepare though. That's nothing for me. But it was a lot that I did it in less than like 3 days. Like, because I didn't know when Bob and I were gonna interview. I just said, when can we interview that next week? And it could have been Friday, Thursday, but it was Monday. So it could have been like today I was interviewing him. Instead it was so early, but I said, you know what? Everything is so fluid right now that anything can change. Like maybe this virus will go away, and then we can slowly start getting back into our daily normal lives, and then I wouldn't have time for him, or he wouldn't have time for me. So it was just like, get it out, get it now. And but now it's, you know, where we are, where we're at. But I found it fascinating because I know a lot of the stories of, you know, what Bob has done, but that's not what I wanted to hear. I mean, how many times are you gonna ever hear someone, no one's gonna ever ask Bob at a presser, who did you think killed JFK? Or, you know, it's not a storyline. We may have to talk again with another podcast, okay? So, I mean, yeah, let me know. What was that question? Would you say this is your biggest interview so far? This, by the standard, yes. The way it was, yes, because there's certain people I want to know more. Like, I really want to understand their life. And yeah, this is the biggest by far. Yeah, thank you. Like, you have no idea. I was like, I'm proud of myself for a lot of my achievements, my accomplishments in this sport, especially because I've only been in it 4 years at least. Yeah, my anniversary is here. When did Jacobs Gennady fight? Hold on. Gennady versus Jacobs fight. When was their fight? March 18th. So I'm officially 4 years. My anniversary was March 18th in the sport. So I mean, I'm really proud of what I've done and accomplished in the interviews I've done and the content I've produced, the people I've met, just everything. Who are some future guests you would like to have on the podcast? I'm not going to say yet because it's a surprise. They're not all boxers either, so I want people to know they're not just boxers. There's other people in other sports, or they're figures that people will know. Yeah, no, not OJ. Sin, I know it might sound dumb, but I would actually really like to hear you interview Doug Fisher. I love my boss, yeah. I remember I interviewed him. Oh, you know what? Actually, he was actually on my call, on my WBC call. And when I got to hear his story, he is actually one of my guests. So I'm going to just let you know, but it's not an audio series because, you know, I'm saving that for like certain people. But Doug Fisher, I would give him much more love than just a picture. Don't do it. I see it. Doug Fisher has a crazy story. I mean, I learned it. I just learned some of it yesterday actually. Yeah, it was yesterday. And I was sitting there like, you know, we're just all sitting there just really just intrigued by so many people's story because you never know. I want an O.J. Simpson interview. I feel he gets a bad rap and I don't understand why. Oh yeah, the WBC call with all these guys, the media was really good, wasn't it? I mean, Courtney, I was the only girl and I was the youngest one. I mean, it was incredible. It was crazy though, just to hear Doug's story, Dan Raphael's story about Mike Tyson cracked me up. So, you know, those are things that I never even know. Off topic, favorite musician, band. There's a lot of favorite musicians. Prince. I mean, I know Michael Jackson, even though he has a bad rap of whatever, but I love Michael Jackson. That's broad because I love music, period. Layla Ali, yeah. Maganda katawan mo gusto ko. I understand that. He said, my skin looks very good. I like it. I'm in LA. I know. Sentimental, I like that. I think Oscar would be a great interview. I know. I mean, you have to understand. I mean, I can't say I have all the time in the world because I do and I don't. Because these interviews take time to put together and edit and tell the right story. So my goal is to try to get 2 interviews out a week as a regular podcast, but that one is like a week because it's a lot and you have to promote it right. And especially for someone, you know, with a history of being great and doing something great. So that's why there's some people that I have in mind that I've already reached out to and they're not boxers. They've done something great in the world and people know them and they love the story. They love what I did. They saw the trailers. They've heard part of the podcast and they love it. I mean, just even the trailers, they love it. God dang, look at that. That's just from like leaning on the table like this. No. Oh, Blonde Bomber. I know, she's hot. Did you see her? Holy shit. She can throw some hooks. Holy shit. She got a nice ass, I'll tell her that. She's hot. Boobs, everything. Good Lord. I follow her. Hey, Sen. Yes. Oscar was talking to Mario Lopez and randomly spoke about how he left Top Rank. Was a great story. See, I didn't get to see that because I was watching, oh no, I didn't watch any fights that night because it was a fight that on Showtime also. I was getting ready for my podcast, so I was on go. I saw an IG earlier hitting the bag. Ooh, she's hot. Yeah. Harvey Weinstein, fuck him. No way. What am I gonna ask him? Why did you do that to all the women? And are you, all of a sudden now you can't fucking walk? Huh? And now you're scared to get this coronavirus. Get the fuck out of here. I'll be like, good job. UFC, will this happen? It will happen. We don't know when. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't it was great for Khabib to say that, since it was canceled for the fifth time. Um, why would we want to see him fight right now when there's a pandemic going on? I don't even care how hard Dana White put this fight together for only just the teams to be there. You can't do that. I'm sorry. Like, you don't know who's a carrier. You don't fucking know. Like, just watch. You got to make the best of it, but you can't put other people's lives in danger so other people can be happy while at home because we're quarantined. God forbid something bad happened in the ring. Poor John. Yeah, right? It's just meant to never happen. I mean, 5 times. It's a long time. Guam. I ate earlier, but I'm gonna eat again later after this. I've interviewed Shannon Briggs. I've interviewed him for Ring. He calls me the Champette. Let's go, Champette! It's funny. It's on Ring. Clarissa has channeled her inner tiger. Yeah. I like Clarissa. I mean, I know she gets a bad rap, and I've told her, I go, I didn't like you at first, but I know she's all about women's boxing, and I understand what she's trying to do, but you can't fight every bully. But she had a great interview with me for WBC when we did the belts, giving the history of the belts, and when I first interviewed her when we closed out the HBO show. So, and I loved her response to Billy Joe Saunders. Oh yeah. I responded on that Twitter feed of hers, by the way. I was like, that's illegal low blow. So, I heard that Shields and Ali was made. There was a signature, but I don't know. No. Was watching you interview with Larry Merchant. Oh, that guy's different. Oh my God, thank you, Tito. I love Larry Merchant. To be able to interview him like that, I mean, if I were to interview him like this, like in my audio series, would be amazing. But that's hard to get him on a phone. But I don't know, because I mean, I met him. I've met him twice, and every time I meet him, I always ask for advice. And he's given me some really great advice. Sometimes, I mean, yeah, that's true too. So yeah, but that's it. Anyone on the feed from another country besides the U.S.? Tell me. Sorry, I just gotta do this text. Everyone's texting me because they're so happy about this podcast. Glad you told her how you really felt. You know what? I really like her. I mean, it's just the shit talk. And then I even told her about, I told her about what happened with her fight and why it got canceled. And, stop it. I just spit all over my thing. Great. And I'm gonna, God forbid I don't wanna get there. No, I like her. I think she's, did I like what her brother did? No. And I've told her off camera, but she knows. She knows. And, she's growing up, and it's just kind of like a Broner or Davis. So, they have to learn from their mistakes, or else it will cost them. Got tested yet? That might be no, it's not. She's a female. Shut up. Stop stirring up some shit that ain't even there. I'm from the IE. Ontario is like another country. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. It is Ontario. We went there for the Charlo Harrison fight. Yeah, it's way out there. I'm not gonna say where I'm at in LA. I don't want you guys creeping up on me. God knows. Who knows? I could live next door to you and you don't even know. Yeah. So any more Arum ones? Because I'm gonna go soon. I am so excited. I wanted to celebrate and answer questions. I really want you guys to check out my podcast. Please subscribe. And I would really love for you guys to comment and, just enjoy it. Conte. My IG is at The Real Fight Girl. Would love to see another media roundtable, all females. Who would you have on it? It would Jandra LaBeouf from Boxing Insider and Black Culture TV, or yeah, Black Culture TV. Michelle Joy Phelps, Fino Boxing, Adriana. Um, Let me see who else is there. Michelle Rosado, Raging Babe, Nancy Rodriguez, and then maybe some female boxers. I'm gonna listen to it after this. I'll let you know in the comments how it was. Thanks. Whoever asked you that is a major creep. Why would you ask where she? When are we watching some more fights together? You know what? You guys want to do a fight night date with me tomorrow? Yes? No? Maybe so? If you want to do a fight night date, yeah, maybe I will host it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like what other women that would be able to do it. I mean, there's not many. I mean, you would also get like Brittany Goosen involved. Of Goosen, what you watching? What? Could you do a? No, just go listen to my podcast. My voice is very soothing in it, by the way. It doesn't it? Isn't it, Courtney? I have a good radio voice. Okay, so if I decide to do a fight tomorrow, ooh, Ward versus Gotti. No, I'm not gonna rewatch Wilder Fury 2. No, that's too soon. That's too early. No. I watched Bo versus Galata last night. Okay. Why is your thing cut off? Oh, I see. Glow. What's Glow? Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling? Okay, Ward versus Gotti. You know what? If I do it, you'll see it on my thing. I'll post it about it. We're gonna do a live fight tomorrow, and then Ward versus Gotti. So let's do 6 p.m. A date for 6 p.m. And yeah, so I'll just let's watch. Okay, we have a running list here, guys. So there goes my clock. But we'll do a running list. We can do Ward versus Gotti, and then after that, we can watch, depending on how long we are on the chat for tomorrow. Bye! Thank you, Courtney. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate all of your support. Thanks for the super chat. I appreciate you very, very much so. Aww. Oh, shit. What? No, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Bye. Okay, I know, lullabies. Okay, guys, thanks. So yeah, if I check my my post tomorrow, if we decide to go on, and we'll watch some fights together. Good night. Remember, tune in. Check out my podcast, The Real Fight with Cynthia Conte, on the Anchor podcast, on the Anchor app. If you don't know where it is, look in the link in the video I posted earlier today about this video gonna be on, or just go to my IG or my Twitter. You'll see it. Bye, guys. I'm gonna go cook. I'm hungry. I'm gonna celebrate. I am so fucking happy. I'm a podcaster. Bye, guys. Bye, Johnny. I'm out. Go check out my podcast, The Real Fight with Cynthia Conte, on the Anchor app. I just dropped it today. It's my very first episode, my very first podcast. So go check it out. All right, bye, guys. I appreciate you all. Mwah.